Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 6 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, season 5. I am hanging out in a jungle, traveling a little bit. What am I traveling, north of my house? Yeah, and then I'm heading this way, which looks like east. And there's this awesome stuff. You can see it on my mini-map at the moment, but this is what I'm looking to find. Dun 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 dun. Found myself a nice Red Power 2 volcano. Volcanoes are spawned as part of Red Power 2. They typically tend to spawn over lava lakes. And this is a really neat one because it looks like a pretty decent size width-wise. You can see it's not too tall, but it's pretty wide. And it's like hardly even mentionable as a volcano. It's like I get some kind of like, well, I mean, it's technically a volcano, but it's like really short. There's a bunch of different types that can spawn. This is one of them. Pretty wide. You can kind of see it on my mini-map, the size of it. It's huge. Underneath all this snow and stuff seems to be a decent amount of basalt, which is what I want to start mining up because I'm going to use this to build my Thaumcraft room that I mentioned last episode. So I'm just going to be digging up some basalt for the next few minutes. I got myself a bunch of marble, and hopefully I'll be able to come up with a really fancy looking Thaumcraft room using all this basalt and stuff. So what I'm going to do is just, you know, pick this stuff up. Typically with volcanoes you will find lava underneath, but there's not quite that much. It's usually like a vanilla lava lake that it found underground. That's where the lava, you know, causes the volcano to spawn on top, as far as I understand it. So gonna go get all this basalt as much as I can. It drops as basalt cobblestone, and what you can do with this stuff is cook it up in a furnace. You can see that, smelt it, just normal smelting recipe, and you can make bricks out of it, pretty cool. You can even make basalt pavers, which are nice looking little things, and you can use the bricks to make the chiseled basalt bricks if you want. So really cool, basically has the same textures as most other bricks, pretty neat. So I'm gonna, like I said, mine this stuff up, get working on a Thaumcraft room, and then we'll see what other things we get to in episode 6. Alright guys, be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm cooking up my basalt cobblestone in my powered furnaces here. Both of them running, cooking up a bunch of the stuff. And what I want to do, I think I've come up with a really interesting, kind of different, not something I normally do thing. So I'm going to grab myself some gravel. Ooh, I'm going to grab some plain old marble too. Not the bricks, just normal kind. I wonder how that'll look. Yeah, let's make it daytime here. I've actually decided instead of straight up just like going with my normal housing design, I almost want to make my own little village type thing with different houses and different rooms for different things. And right now what I want to investigate, after I kill these spiders who feel like they should attack me during the daytime, come on, come and get it. I need to get and figure out, see, you were waiting. Sneaky spider is sneaky. I think I want to do like a road system in between all my rooms and stuff. So for now, like let's just, doesn't matter what's underneath the road, right? But I'm thinking like this. Fancy. What do I want to use for my roads? Do I want to go with marble, just plain old regular marble? That might look cool as a road system. What do you think? I was thinking gravel, because like I think that's pretty standard, right? Most people use gravel, don't they? But marble might look nice. Wonder what you guys think. Marble or gravel? I mean, gravel does look like a pretty nice roadway. But yeah, what I'm thinking is like just have different houses, different places. I do want to light this place up a lot more than it currently is so that it's a little bit safer at night. I'm going to do, I don't know, a bunch of cool stuff. So I want to have like different houses and different areas where I can go do different things instead of like all in one house like I usually do. So I'm thinking maybe like a nice, out here I cleared out some trees. This might be my Thaumcraft area. It's far enough away. Ooh, zombie brain. Far enough away. Ooh, black cow. Get out of there, cow. From my main house, that any work that I do out here probably won't hurt too much. I've got a ton of string. I don't need that right now. And, you know, it'll be far enough away that it won't impact, like, you know, any negative things that happen out here hopefully won't, you know, mess up too much out in this direction. So, gravel or marble is my decision now. I'm going to build a roadway that leads straight over there. And then, once I've got that roadway, what I'll do is, start building a house to start doing my Thaumcraft work in. Alright, cool. You'll also note, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but I have a sapphire pickaxe on me because I went and mined for a while, got a bunch of experience, got up to level 30, and enchanted a sapphire pickaxe, got Fortune 2 and Unbreaking 3. Pretty happy about that. So, lucky enchant that I got there. Would have preferred Fortune 3, of course, but that works. Cool. Alright, let me figure out what I'm going to do here, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, building my first road. I decided to go with gravel, as you can see. Not bad, right? Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I'll build some, like, lampposts or something at some point. But for now, what I want to do is, you know, head out here and start working on what's gonna be my Thaumcraft rooms. I'm probably gonna have them out this way somewhere. Haven't decided exactly where I want them to be. You know, maybe just in this general direction out here. This might not be a bad spot. I could just clear out the terrain, start building. Good plan? I thought so. Oh look, there's even a neat little dungeon over here. I haven't investigated this place yet. Copper! Copper's a little rarer than I would have liked, to be honest with you guys. It's not that bad, but it's definitely rarer than I would have wanted. It's the default thermal expansion ore generation. It's not bad, but definitely could probably use a little bit more of it. So I grab it whenever I can. Copper and tin, for that matter. Remember, I said they're higher up, so if you're having trouble finding them, you know, dig higher, not so deep. Alright, let me figure out where I'm going to put this room, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm starting to design my Thaumcraft room. I'm kind of building it out because I know what blocks I need to put in here. So I want to make sure it's the appropriate size and the appropriate shape and just fits well. So I'm actually going with a non-even or a non-odd numbered room. I'm going with an even sized room. It's actually going to be 14 by 14. That's the size I've decided to go with. I know it's still square, but hey, you know, I'm branching out here, guys. Don't expect too much at once. I mean, you know, go easy on me. So, making this fancy looking room. I'm going to get the floor filled out as all this marble and stuff, and I will be back once the house is kind of ready for me to start playing with magic. Alright, so like I promised, I'm making myself some of this basalt brick stuff. It's awesome, not gonna lie. Totally love it. Cooking it up, I'm gonna go with the white floor and black walls symbol, I think. I think that'll look pretty nice. My only problem right now is a door. Because this is even-sized rooms, I'm not gonna be able to go with just one block for the door entryway. I'm gonna have to go with two. And for that to work and look nice, it's going to be a little tricky, especially with my walkway that I had going here with like a, you know, 3-block wide thing. So the door entryway is going to have to be here, just because of the way the room's shaped. Not bad. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Fancy. Let me get the walls built. I'm going to have the doors here. And yeah, I'll be back. How is there a bat in here? Shoo! Out of my Thaumcraft room. Now guys, you tell me what you think about this. I think that this right here is a pretty spiffy Thaumcraft room. Nice. Look at this guy. Not bad at all looking. I want to have double doors, like I said. Cool. I like everything about them. Let's put, I don't have any smooth stone on me. That's okay. Need more light in here. I was looking at the Wrath lamp, which is a really cool magical-ish lamp from Factorization. Unfortunately, in order to make that, I need to get myself a diamond block. Don't think I really want to use diamond blocks at this point. Need to conserve my diamonds. I did find a couple while mining earlier and did use my awesome new tool, so I've got about 16, but I don't want to use more than half of what I got just to make some lighting going on in here. So maybe I'll keep it a little bit dark, as long as it's not too dark, and you know, kind of just chilling there. So let's get all the stuff I need to start playing with Thaumcraft. Alright, so there's a few things you want to get started with in your magical career. And important ones to get started with are these 3 blocks right here. The Arcane Worktable, which is pretty easy. It's just one of those tables that we crafted earlier with a wand. Give it a whack and it'll take care of it. We also need a Crucible, which is a Cauldron. Whack that with a wand and you've got some awesome stuff going on. And then finally, we need to get ourselves the Research Table, which is somewhere around here. I know I had it. Research table. There we go. 2 of those tables and scribing tools. Now, scribing tools are pretty easy to make. They're just a vanilla recipe of feather, an ink sac, and glass files. I need some clay for my glass files, so I should be able to manage most of this. Feather, ink sac, cool. That is gunpowder. I needed clay, which is probably in my fancy building blocks chest. Cool. Let's craft it up. So, glass vials, which we'll need a bunch of these later on, so it's a good thing I'm making a few of them now. And the feather and the ink sac. Shapeless recipe, anything you want. Scribing tools ready to go. While I'm here, why don't I make one of those little table things, so we can do that. We get our 3rd one that we're going to need for a little bit down the line. Cool. Alright, and then finally I need some metal. I'm going to grab about 7 of them so that I can make the cauldron. Cool. Nice. You can see I'm bringing 8 more because I want to have an iron chest over there that's going to store some stuff. I might even want to just bring all my Thaumcraft goodies with me. I've got a bunch of things here that I want to bring along. You can see, and I'll explain all the cool stuff that you need to know about Thaumcraft in just a few minutes. There's a lot to take in. So I've got some good stuff. Yeah, I think that's a good start at least. I mean, I can always bring just a few more things. Yeah, stack of you. Maybe some gold. That should be a good start, I think. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool. So why don't I head down to my Thaumcraft room and get started with this magical, awesome stuff. And I did finish up my road, by the way, which I'm excited about. How nice does that look, huh? Not bad. I'm getting a little better, I think, at this, making things look nice. Trying to put a little bit of effort into making the rooms and houses and stuff look nice before I really, mess around too much with it. But I do that off camera because you guys have seen plenty of Let's Plays where people make things look better. Usually a lot better than what I can pull off. So you don't need to see that in this one. Alright, so place down your tables next to each other and right-click. Cool. You've got your little scribing tools set up here, and we've got our research table ready to go. The other thing we're going to want, and I'm going to place it probably right here, is the Arcane Crafting table. Now, this is an important little tool. Boom. As soon as you right-click, it will give you your table. Note that there's a wand that has now been placed in there. So if I take my wand out, this Arcane Crafting table doesn't work. Just note that anything you craft in here needs the wand to be placed in, and then it can do its work. And it'll pull some vis out of the wand. It'll recharge automatically from the aura in the general area, so don't worry about it having to recharge. It should be fine. Got myself a chest, so let's upgrade this guy. I'll get all this junk out of here. I was just kind of using it to store some materials because my inventory was rather full. So that looks pretty good. Cool. So I'll just store some of this good stuff in here for now. Not bad looking. Oh yeah, the cauldron. Definitely need a cauldron. That's an important part of this whole process. So a cauldron is just placed in the world and right-click with the wand. Ta-da! Now we've got this cool thing. The Crucible is important for a lot of things. Mostly, kind of almost like a crafting bench type thing. Maybe I don't want it right there. Maybe I want it immediately opposite this thing. So I'm going to pick it up and move it. Easy enough to move. Once you break it, you can just pick it up and move it. It's no big deal. Cool. Alright, anything else I need? I need some lava. That would be nice to have, actually. Why don't I go get some, and I'll be right back. Ooh, it's getting dark out, too. Alright, all set. Just need to place a little bit of lava right there. Cool. The lava underneath will heat the water that I'm about to place in there. And this, like I said, is used for some crafting. So let's go get some water. I want to make a water source block in this room, like an infinite water pool, just because we're going to need quite a bit of the stuff. So, yeah. Where do I want to place that in here? Could really put it anywhere. Thinking maybe even in this corner. I might wind up moving this chest. Yeah, why don't I move this stuff? Okay, pick this guy up. Cool. There we go. Maybe put the chest right here. Yeah, this will be nice. Just immediate access to all the good stuff I need for Thaumcrafting. Cool. That should work for now. Few extra goodies here. that I'll probably wind up bringing back with me to my main base. Alright, infinite water source, right in the corner. And maybe even to make sure it looks nice. Like I said, trying to make things look a little better. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I'm thinking by the time I'm done with all these like different houses and buildings that I want and all the machinery and whatnot, I'm going to have like a pretty complicated area that's really going to look cool. Alright, so all you got to do is yoink, throw some water inside the cauldron. To get this thing to boil, just takes time. Heat and time. After a few seconds, really not a long time, you'll start to see some bubbles show up. That means it's ready to work. Alright, let's look at research, because that's really the first thing you have to start with. What happens in Thaumcraft is you've got all these nifty little things in here that you can make, but most of it is pretty basic. In order to make anything good, you're going to have to get down to this area, the research area. In order for research to happen, it's actually not too bad. Just what's flashing right now, just like with achievements, is what's available to be researched. All you gotta do is click on it, and you notice that you can't find out anything about it just yet. So these are the only things I can research at this point in time, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do your research. Only have to open up the research table. Cool. Oh, you know what? I forgot paper. Let me go get some and I'll come back. All right. Paper goes into the bottom slot right here. That's where your paper hangs out. And all you have to do to start researching is place any item over here on the left. Almost any item, I should say. An item that can go in here should have some aspects on it. What are aspects? Well, if you've been watching, I haven't explained them yet, but if you hold the shift button, or whatever your sneak button is, and mouse over an item, it shows up with these little icons here that I'm flashing right now. Those are the aspects, or the inherent, components, I guess if you want to say, of the item. Every item has different aspects, all kinds of different things. There's tons of them, as a matter of fact, and the different aspects that make up these different items are important because when you research your tools, you're actually researching the individual aspects, and you use those aspects to create most of your magical items. So let's check out how it works. One recipe that should be pretty, hopefully easy to discover, I'm going to throw some redstone in there, and you see there's two aspects that make up redstone. Potentia, which is power, energy, and strength, and machina, which is mechanism, machine, or device. So pretty much any machine or device that you're going to discover through Thaumcraft is probably going to have this aspect on it. So a good area to get that from is redstone. And anything that requires energy or power is going to come from redstone as well. Now you'll also note that coal has the potentia thing. So there's different places you can get different aspects. It also has ignis, which is fire and heat and burning, so anything that's fire related probably is going to use this aspect. And there's the stone aspect. Cool. There's a bunch of them, like I said. This is the glass crystal one. Pretty cool. Oak, wood planks. Of course, wood has the wood and forest and tree aspect. All kinds of stuff. So let's start researching redstone. Just hit the hourglass. Now, if you're able to discover something with redstone, you'll get your research notes sitting right down here. Not bad at all. So start clicking through and you'll discover this nifty little parchment thing that shows up in the top left, and you'll find a question mark showing up in the center. This is letting you know that your research is working. Another option down here is to change from cursory to thorough mode. In cursory mode, you're less likely to lose the item that you're researching. In thorough mode, you're more likely to lose it. So in thorough mode, you're really like breaking the item down, kind of destroying it to discover its secrets. So every time, almost every time I click here, you have a higher chance of losing the item. You might have also noticed as I was clicking, first off, that the machina symbol grayed out. That means that there is no machina in whatever I'm researching at the moment, but the potentia one is starting to show up over here. That means that we've researched enough to discover potentia is what we're looking for, and so far we've completed about 62% of the research for potentia. If I keep clicking, it's going to move further away from the center. I'm up to 87% now, and boom, 100%. You can see a little bit of this little electrical lightning and bolt type effect around it. That means we've discovered everything about potentia. At this point, if we mouse over our research notes, depending on how complete we are, it'll tell us what we're researching. Right now, we're researching nitor. Nitor is a pretty cool substance. Not bad. So we're done with potentia. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw some coal in there and see what happens. If I start researching the coal, we should see that Ignis is a part of this. Nice. And we're up to 50% on our total of our Nitor research. So we've discovered all the Potentia, about half of the Ignis, and we're about halfway done. At the halfway mark, you can get a little bit more detail about what you're researching. You can see that this is a glowing flame fueled by magic. The number of uses are far for an ever-burning flame, blah, 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 cool stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to produce much heat, though it could prove to be a steady source of light and energy. Now, if you read these words, it's kind of giving you a hint as to what these aspects might be. So there's certain words in here that are telling me, like, you know, the flame, it's an ever-burning flame. Well, that makes sense, right? Fire. And it's could prove to be a steady source of light and energy. Well, we've already discovered the energy aspect is here, so let's keep researching. You can see there's no Saxum in here, and we just finished our Ignis. Nice. We've hit the 60% mark. Now, I just happen to know that light is a nice part of this. So let's go ahead and research light and see what happens. Cool. It's 37%. Completed up to 75%. Once you get up to the 75% mark, by the way, it'll tell you every other aspect that you need. So once you get far enough along, you'll know which researches you need to get. So if you're stuck on one, as long as you get close, you should eventually discover what you need. Cool. So I've completed the triangle here. This is a 3-aspect research. I've seen the researches go up as high as, I think, 6 is the most I've seen. Maybe 7? I think 6 was it. But 3 is the basic one. And once you've completed all 3, you've got a 100% discovered Nitor. Cool. Take that out of the research table and right-click on it in your inventory. You can actually read it if you want. Ooh, fancy. And right-click here. Boom. Research completed. If we check in our Thaumanomicon now, you'll see that Nitor research has been completed. It's the Eternal Flame. Cool. Now we still have lots more research to do in order to progress. And the Nitor entry in the Thaumanomicon will tell you how to make this stuff. So what you have to do is go over to your Crucible, which I told you is kind of like a crafting table. Nice. Inside the Crucible, you have to deposit 4 Ignis, 6 Lux, and 4 Potentia. Alright, that doesn't sound so bad. How do we do that? Well, it's pretty easy. We have to find some items with these aspects. Note that on Redstone, for example, there's 2 of the machinima and 2 of that energy symbol. Okay. On coal, there's 2 of each, and there's 1 stone. Okay. Glass has 2 of that crystal, 2 wood on wooden planks, only 1 on sticks. Gravel has 1 each of those, and dirt has 2 of these earth symbols. Pretty cool. So there's a number underneath each symbol that tells you how much of that aspect is in there. That plays a role in the crafting in the Crucible as well as in the research. What happens is, basically, we have to get 4 Ignis, 6 Lux, and 4 Potentia inside the Crucible. Here goes nothing. Well, I know that there's Potentia and fire on the coal, and I need 4 of each. So if I put 2 pieces of coal inside the Crucible, 1, 2... And now I need 6 Lux. Well, there's 1 Lux per torch, so let's get 6 of these. Alright, shouldn't be too hard. Just drop all 6 in at once. Cool. Now all I need to do is right-click this with my wand, and... ta-da! We've got our Nitor. Awesome. Now there's one thing I want to note for you guys, the aspiring magicians in the audience. The Nitor actually got infused with a little bit of the magical essence. That's because I used some magic from my wand to create the Nitor. So there's a little bit of magic that came out of the atmosphere and got infused into the Nitor. And you otherwise note that there's 4 and 6 there, so all the components that we made went into it. However, when we threw the coal in, we actually wound up throwing in a couple of that stone. Stone, where'd that go? Well, that stone aspect went out into the atmosphere. It was completely released by the magical transformation inside the Crucible, and the stone kind of went out into the atmosphere as flux. So anytime you do some of this magical work in the Crucible, you're releasing the aspects that aren't used into the atmosphere as flux. Flux is kind of like the negative or, you know, bad kind of stuff. You can read about the details here inside the Thaumanomicon. Bad things can start to happen if you have too much flux in the atmosphere. So the more magic you do and the less cautious you are, the worse things get. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Pretty awesome. So now we've got ourselves some nitor. Now, with regards to research, basically, I'm going to do a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, by throwing in the coal in there, we discovered there's 2 symbols in this new research that I'm getting. Let's find out what it is. All right, we've got these guys. So, Ignis and Potentia. And the other thing we need is Fractus, all right? This is the Alimentum research notes. Note that as soon as I went beyond 75%, it immediately told me what the last research symbol was. This substance throbs with fiery energy and is more eager to release that energy at the slightest bump. It may be unstable, but it would probably make a good source of fuel. It absolutely does, I can tell you guys that for sure. So I happen to know that Cobblestone has some of this Fractus symbol on it, just from prior experience with Thaumcraft, and there we go. I've got Alimentum. Cool. Let's check it out. Nice. Alimentum is made by throwing 3 Fractus, 6 Ignis, and 6 Potentia in there. Alright. Well, I shouldn't have a problem with that, right? Fire and energy. Well, that's right here. So I need, let's say, 1, 2, 3. And then I need also 3 Fractus. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Alright, right-click this guy. And remember, the Fractus and this coal have a bunch of this stone in it. So I'm putting quite a bit of this excess stone material out into the atmosphere. That's not good. Ta-da! I've got Alimentum, though. Cool. Alimentum is some good stuff. It produces a good amount of energy. Look how much EU it creates. 16,000 EU compared to the 4,000 that coal makes. And it can produce 6.4k heat compared to the 1.6k heat or 3.2k heat from Railcraft. So it's a lot better fuel source, but it is a little bit unstable. So watch out when you throw it around, because that would not probably be a good idea. I want to give that a shot, though. Let's see what happens if I decide to just toss this Alimentum around. Haha! Cool. Not bad at all. That is some neat stuff. So Alimentum and nitor. Good, interesting materials. Nitor you can actually place on the wall as a light source, so that's pretty neat. Not bad at all looking, actually. I might want to get a few more nitor and throw it inside my, you know, Thaumcraft room. Oh boy, look at that. There's tons of bad guys spawning up on top of the roof. That's not cool at all. That is some cool looking stuff. Maybe I want to replace the torches in here with nitor. Ooh, fancy. I like that a lot, actually. That looks cool. Maybe I should do a little bit of nitor crafting. Now, do note, one more thing to note for you guys as you're doing your Thaumcraft work. It costs 5 vis from your wand for each nitor you make. And your wand is only capable of storing 50 vis at a time, so you can only make 10 nitor at once before your wand is completely discharged. As I mentioned, the wand will recharge with the environment, the atmosphere around here, all the magic in the air will help to recharge your wand rather quickly, but if you try and make 11 at a time, it won't work. The wand doesn't have enough charge. Don't worry, there's upgraded wands we can get in the future. So let's make a little bit more nitor. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to you about my plans for research, because basically research is intended to be a bit of a figure-it-out-yourself type process. And to be honest with you, once you've seen research a few times, that's probably enough for you guys, right? I mean, I don't think you want me to spend the next 2 episodes just doing a bunch of research. At least I would not expect that. So I'm probably going to wind up not doing that. And actually, I want these guys 1 level lower, because they are just too cool looking. I really like the way that looks. How fancy. Really fancy. Cool. So yeah, my plans for research going forward basically involve me not showing you research on camera. I will be doing my research off camera for the most part. Like I said, it's intended that you guys do your own work figuring out the recipes for things. But if you pay real close attention, you could probably figure out what the recipes are. So if you're really interested in seeing how to make them, just kind of, you know, watch carefully as I craft things, because typically the required aspects that go into making an item are also what's required to research it. So, you know, watch out for that if you're afraid of those spoilers. Alright, yeah, looking pretty good, right? Not bad. Magical light. Liking it already. Much better than torches. Totally better than torches. Alright, well, I think this is a pretty good wrapping up point for episode 6. Hope you guys enjoyed checking it out. Like I said, Thaumcraft is a ton of fun, and we have a lot of stuff to cover still. So I'm going to make myself just a few more of these. Ta-da! And, you know, put them all around the room. See how I like them, you know, completely. I think they look really neat, actually. I'm going to probably stick with this. Let's go with, what I have. 36 more torches. And a dozen coal. Not bad. Wand. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, definitely a good wrapping up point here, I'm sorry to say. But, yeah. Come back next time. Gonna have some more Thaumcraft, maybe. Definitely got some more machines and stuff to work on from the different mods. I might need to get into some red power processing, because I think it's about time I get some alloys and some red alloy wire and stuff like that. So probably gonna need to make an alloy furnace. But the Thaumcraft room is working out well. I'm going to do a little bit of research off camera, and when I come back, I'll tell you guys about the researches that I discovered and some other cool stuff we can make with our early game Thaumcraft, and then we can move into some more of the late game and other magical cool stuff. I definitely want to get some of these wands. These magical wands have a bunch of neat effects. Alright guys, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.